Hey, welcome to this Windows channel, and today we're going to take a little look at some of the changes that are coming in the Windows 10 version that will be released in only a few months. And one of them is the Microsoft Store. Um, in Windows 8.1, the Microsoft Store was kind of awkward, difficult to go through, and frankly, not the best experience. And it is probably why it did not actually take off like it should, because the Microsoft Store, first of all, in Windows 8 was almost invisible. If you were a desktop user, you didn't even know it existed. And I could see this on the field when I go to my clients with Windows 8. Pretty much nobody knows Microsoft Store exists. And in Windows 8.1, they actually added just a little, shortcut to the taskbar to bring you to that Microsoft Store. Not really sure a lot of people clicked on it, but it was another step forward. But now Microsoft is trying to bring the Microsoft Store to really the front of Windows. And one of the reasons is because there will be a lot of apps that are available for all devices, because Windows 10 will be the first operating system that actually runs across devices. And one of those things are universal apps, which are apps that work on every device, meaning that it exactly is the same and it's going to work the same way on one or another, a Windows phone, a Windows tablet, a Windows computer, and so on. So here is still in really a beta form. This is really an unfinished store. As you see, they are tweaking this, and there are things that change all the time, but you can see that the experience of the Windows Store here is a little better. We now have favorites, we'll have home, we'll have apps, games, music, movies and TV, and so on. We have things that will be showed up as like the top apps, or we'll have an app that will actually be just there on the first page, kind of a promotion if you want. There's going to be picks for you, top free apps, and so on. I think it is a better experience. I think there's still place for more, because it's still a little jammed if you want. I still find that it's a little jammed in the way they actually show it, and maybe it still could be a little better, but Microsoft is still taking inputs from pretty much everybody and trying to find out what's the best formula for their Microsoft Store. But slowly it is coming better and better. It is already much better than the Windows 8.1 store. And now you have the top charts easily available, app top charts, for example, that you can click, and at the left you now have top free, paid, and so on. It's easier to go through. Of course, you can see categories. That's also much better in the way that it is presented here. So I think they're slowly getting there. And one of the reasons why the Microsoft Store needs to be better is also the fact that it will need, if it wants to succeed, to have all the top apps that people want. It's going to be very important. If Candy Crush comes out on iOS and on Android, it needs to come out in the Microsoft Store to make sure that all devices are equal and that they have a chance at least. And also the new kind of universal or unified way of bringing apps to the Android apps and the iOS apps to Microsoft, that Microsoft did announce, that will, of course, you'll have to work on it, but it's going to be apparently something that's going to help you, with a minimal way of work. You'll be able to take a app and actually bring it from the Android or the iOS operating system into the Windows world, which is also something that's kind of interesting, but we don't have a lot of details yet about how this is going to happen. And will there be an interest also for these apps to actually come to the Windows Store? I think one of the major things that need to happen here is the fact that it's going to be easy enough that these people will want to bring apps to a store that's still not very, very popular in the way that it works. So hopefully we'll get there, and Microsoft is working hard in making the Windows Store much better, as you see here in this little video. And I think things are going to get interesting and easier for pretty much everybody. Also, the fact that Microsoft Office, the future versions of Office, will be available through the store is also something that's going to be very nice, because it's going to push people to use the store to get software. That's something that they don't actually do right now. So hopefully we'll have nice experience. And frankly, for a lot of people, I get at least a dozen messages a week of people saying, well, I don't want apps, I don't want that crap. Well, the thing is the people that leave that sort of comment are people that never tried the apps. And if I get a lot of messages like, I never want to have apps, and I'm never gonna take a operating system with apps. Well, you don't even know what you're talking about since you never tried it. And that's always kind of a little funny here. Apps are actually a good way of installing software, because it's so much easier than going through a setup process. You just click install, and that's it. Nothing, you don't have to answer any questions. And also, by having apps coming through a store, hopefully we can filter out the junk that is too easy to get through the internet also. If you enjoy our videos, why not subscribe to our channel? You'll be informed when new videos are online. If you have any comments, questions on what you've seen, let us know. Maybe you have something about Windows that you'd like us to talk about, let us know, and we'll try to post that video online. Thank you for watching.